My bone and flesh perished ages ago. I'm not even sure whether I'm alive or dead. The only thing I can do is to continue to keep watch over this island. The people living on this tropical island have retold a legend for generations. The legend says a big man will appear at sunrise. The big man will appear at the edge of the horizon. I keep on waiting for that dawn when the big man appears. The sun begins its climb into the sky, a morning like so many others. Does the big man appear? Has I waited for so long? He appeared. It's the big man. It's a giant. Very slowly he approaches. His movements seem calm and gentle. Such a gentle yellow giant.
Games, Brains are Banging Life from our lockdown isolation centres. We're doing another episode of the Flashback series. This way, I'm in my home, Damon is in his, but because we can't meet up at the moment. And for episode 51, we are checking out Doshin the Giant on the GameCube. I would say a not well-known game. So,
yeah, I would agree.
Doshin the Giant, it's a Nintendo God simulation. It was actually for the Nintendo 64DD and the GameCube. It was originally released in Japan on December 1st, 1999 as a launch title for the 64DD. An expansion was released 5 months later called Koyon no Doshin Kaio Sensen Chibigo Chikubo Dashigo. Which takes a very different perspective of the game, featuring short animated clips that the player can unlock after playing the original game. Doshin the Giant was later released and upgraded graphically for the GameCube and released in Japan on March 14th, 2002 and Europe on September 20th, 2002. Now, the player controls the Doshin Giant as he tries to help or hinder the island inhabitants. Doing so causes the villagers to release love or hate, which Doshin absorbs. His actions earns love from his people and increases his size, but only for that day. By the next day, he's back to normal size. He can pick up people, trees, and other such things. And Doshin can also transform at will into his evil alter ego, Jashin, the Hate Giant. In the GameCube version, he has wings and clawed feet and inspires hate monuments that are slightly different from the love monuments that Doshin can earn. So as always, likes, dislikes, favorite moments, scenes, bits of music. Right, likes. Go on then.
Um, Again, with this game, it's a very pretty game. You know, it's very
Okay.
yeah, like a typical GameCube or Nintendo games. It's very colourful. You know, it's just very bright, and it looks visually very pretty.
Yes, I think it's a pretty game as well. I think it always seems that it's best when the sun is setting and you get that really light and shadows work really well. Absolutely. Mine are a bit more simple, less more wide ranging, and it's very easy. Which is as a non-PC player, which we weren't. We were PC players. It was kind of cool to have a God sim, even though it was a very light God simulator. It was cool to have one.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, I can't really think of many God simulator games really. I mean, other than Populous. So,
I don't see that as a God sim. I see it as a
well,
strategy.
yeah, true.
God Sim's like I think Black and White, which was a
Black
more
and White,
which PC game, wasn't it? That you know.
yeah, PC game,
Yeah. Okay. My other dislike is weighted towards gameplay, which is simply I think Doshin the Giant is most fun when you're being an evil bastard.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's obviously fun turning to the devil and destroying people and firing fireballs and stuff like that. Yeah, that's a good laugh. It's fun.
Yeah. Yeah. You got any?
I mean, I've got a few more likes. Like, obviously, I enjoy the fact that obviously the building. You know, watching your people build, just basically standing there and giving them trays.
Yeah.
You know, so I always enjoyed like the building side of games.
Yeah. You are a massive strategy gamer. You're a strategy
Yeah,
fan. Yeah.
yeah, love them, yeah. Uh, that's about it, really. I mean, there's not really much you can say about the game.
That's the thing. Absolutely, there's not much you can say about the game, which is why we're going to go straight to dislike. And I'm going to start us with when we picked up Doshin on the GameCube. I remember hoping for something like Black and White, and this is not the case at all. It is a very limited, very light on content game. Do you remember how annoying it gets at the end of the day? At the end of the day in Doshin the Giant, he slows to a fucking crawl, barely moves, and it takes ages for the day to end. And then the next day, you're just back to normal size, and you basically repeat. That's all it is.
Yeah, I mean, I've got I've got a few dislikes, but I mean, one of my major things is that the when you get disasters.
Yes.
Now, I think they could have had so many better disasters. You know, I would have loved to have a volcano erupt, tidal waves. You know, but instead you get a fire, tornado. I think that's it, actually.
Do you think this is because this ultimately isn't actually geared towards us? That it may have been a God simulator for a younger audience?
For children, yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah,
basically. I mean, Nintendo was it is based around kids, really, and for kids, really.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say obviously a lot of their, you know, I dispute the kids thing, but you know, but I know what you mean. A lot. Yeah. I know what you mean. If you're a parent and you're gonna buy a console for your child and you've got no knowledge about it, you're more than likely gonna go on Nintendo. That's for children. Do you know what I mean? And Doshin, I think, was certainly aimed for a simple audience. Really, I'm not saying kids are simple. I'm just, you know, yeah. And ultimately, there was just not enough content to play that game for hours. Like there was no losing yourself in it for hours at all.
Yeah, I mean it's a very short game. I mean, basically you can probably complete it in about 3 or 4 days. You just got to build 30 monuments on 30 different islands. That's it.
Yeah.
And game's done.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay then. Any more dislikes?
No, that's it. Yeah, I mean.
Okay, what about favourite moments, scenes, bits of music? Do you have anything?
I mean, I suppose just when the sun's setting, like you said, when the sun's setting, it's beautiful. Obviously, the sun's shining on the water. There's a nice you can hear birds in the background. You know, just that's about it really.
Well, I'll add that to one of mine, which is it is a very relaxing game. If you want to just kind of relax, it's got, as you said, we described there, nice ambient noise, but also soft and melodic music.
Yeah.
And the other one I have, and I'm surprised you didn't mention this because I remember us doing this a lot, but basically seeing how fucking high you could jump. And getting that bird's eye view when you could get up, like you could jump so freaking high. You get that wonderful bird's eye view. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that actually. Yeah, because obviously the bigger you get, obviously the higher you can jump. And I think at some point you can literally jump the entire map. I think, like from one side to the other side, if you're big enough.
Yeah, when you're big enough, absolutely right. But ultimately, that is all we've got to say about Doshin the Giant, because it is a very limiting game.
Yeah, it will. Yeah.
There you go. There's our flashback for Doshin the Giant on the GameCube. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. You can check us out on gbhbl.com, as well as on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and Tumblr. Go to Patreon to help us out over there. That's patreon.com/GBHBL, as well as Big Cartel, where you can find some of our merchandise. We have a podcast running on SoundCloud and Apple Podcasts. And of course, if you like this video, do us a favour, hit the subscribe button and help the channel grow. Games, horror and heavy metal. What else is life for?